Hi there. I mean, that was amazing. That was truly amazing, don't you think?
The best pre-roll ever. The best pre-roll so far.
I mean...
Every time we think that we've seen the pinnacle, but Frida was just very inspiring to so many. And I think the colorfulness of it, the background, the gold jewelry, it was a winner.
It truly was. So, I'm Danny Gregory, and welcome to Draw With Me. Now that we just couldn't contain ourselves, that was very exciting. And by the way, didn't I ask you not to dress like me?
Danny thinks he is like copyrighted the stripy shirt. Not so, my friend. Not so.
Apparently not. No. But our lines are kind of lining up, which is interesting.
That is fun.
Like a two-headed monster.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Well, this is JJ. JJ has been behind the scenes now for the last month or so. This is the first time you've been on.
Yeah, I haven't been on in a while.
Yeah. So
I think I don't want to wear out my welcome, right? I think a lot of people like it when I am not here. I don't take it personally. Yeah, I don't take it personally. I have a strong ego. It's okay.
You are welcome always. And JJ is my wife, for those of you who don't know, as well as my doppelganger, apparently. And we both work at Sketchbook Skool, so we see each other quite a lot.
We do.
So yeah, today is going to be a fun day. We'll see if maybe we can top Frida.
Oof.
Maybe. We'll see what we do. Let me make one minor announcement. So the Art for All podcast, I've been telling you, is going to be coming back, and it is. It's going to start next Wednesday, and I'm going to be joined by Jill Badonsky. Joined by Jill Badonsky. Jill will be co-hosting this few episodes. We'll see where it goes, but we're starting the 5th season, hard to believe, of Art for All, and generally because I have is it attention deficit disorder, perhaps? I like to change things up all the time, and so we're going to try a whole new format. Jill and I are going to be. Jill is also a creative coach and an author. And so together we're going to be...
And she's hilarious.
I
mean, let's just talk entertainment value.
She is. She's great. She's a lot of fun. And we are going to be kind of talking about art, yes, but really more about creative minds, creative lives, creative issues, and so forth. But here's the thing that we're going to be doing that we've never done before, is it's going to be live. So live in front of a non-studio audience, namely you, if you'd like. And basically what you do is you come next Wednesday at 10 o'clock Pacific, after daylight savings time has changed.
Yes, everybody remember.
Yes, so 10 o'clock Pacific, we're going to come together. We're going to have a little bit of fun. Then we're going to start the recording of the podcast, and then we will be taking questions from you. So if you have questions you'd like us to answer, share them with us, and we'll see if we can get to them.
Yeah.
And then we will be recording it in video. Of course, you won't be here on the video, but I will be, and so will be Jill. Yeah. So that's going to be starting, and it'll be an interesting experiment. We'll see what happens. What do you think?
I'm excited. I mean, Jill is a huge get. We worship at the altar that is Badonsky.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
So you're a big fan of the podcast. Never listened to it. Has never listened to it.
We have to delegate some of the activities here at Sketchbook School. I mean, how can I keep up with all of the stuff that you're making? I mean, I have to be selective.
I have to make it. You just have to let go.
Yeah, but you're a triple Virgo, and I'm a lazy Leo.
Right. Anyway, if you like podcasts, you're going to like this. You'll like this one. If you like video, you can watch it. It'll be here on YouTube, so you can watch it on YouTube. If you prefer to read, I can email you the transcript.
Oh my goodness. Please don't ask us for that. Please don't.
Look, Robert Crumb is a big fan, and that's all I care about.
We're done. Our work is done here. All right, should we talk about the mailbag? Some
Let's do the
very
mailbag,
exciting
yes.
things came in the mail today, and I think they deserve recognition.
Okay, so what are we going to talk about?
Okay, we have, beautiful artwork.
So you're going to hand me some stuff?
Beautiful artwork.
So let's explain, first of all. So people send us mail?
Sometimes
that's
we're shamelessly asking for people to send us
That's the explanation.
cookies. They send us cookies.
This is very nice. This is a very nice piece.
It's beautiful.
By Shelley Brown.
Yep, we love that.
Who's a longtime fan.
We'll keep that. We'll probably put that up on the
Yes.
windowsill. We like to put mail up on the
Nice.
windowsill by our kitchen sink. So
it
yeah.
is mixed media.
Here's another beautiful thing. It's cookie adjacent.
Don't let yesterday take up too much of today.
Yeah.
Could you just take this back? I don't want to ruin it.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a letter from Amy Wolfson, and she says that we like. Didn't this come accompanied with other things?
No, she just sent us a beautiful.
She sent us a virtual snack.
A beautiful note.
We like snacks.
Yeah,
so she sent us a virtual.
Yeah,
one.
so that will go on to the windowsill.
I appreciate that, Amy.
This.
Well, here's another virtual snack.
That came with actual snacks.
But it is a virtual snack.
Yep.
This particular thing it's from Holly Rose.
Yep.
It is.
How beautiful are those colors?
Beautiful painting.
So gorgeous.
Yeah.
Is it, dare I say, gouache?
It is gouache, and we should frame it and hang it in the snack
We're
area.
gonna, and it came with cookies.
More importantly.
So you would think like receiving cookies in the mail would be the very best thing of the week. No.
Now, I love Windsor Newton and Honolulu, but can't we get some sponsors that make snacks?
Okay,
like
but
maybe Walkers.
Well, let's try to get this sponsor because the greatest thing of all time arrived in the mail yesterday.
There we go.
People, the bar has been set.
Right on.
The bar has been set.
This came in the mail?
No, it came in a FedEx.
Wow.
Yeah, somebody sent a full pound of C's candies. Regular viewers, you know how I feel about this. I'm restraining myself. But it was a glorious moment. I might have.
So all these people who put all this work into painting gouache and doing all this thing, all you really need to do is to send us the candy bar.
I don't think we're unclear about this. We say it quite literally over and over again. Send cookies. Send them. Send candy. Send cookies. We have a PO box. We accept deliveries. Just send them. Anyway, let's.
All right, that's enough shameless.
Yeah. No, it was really, and
we're
truly,
moving on.
Truly, we do appreciate it. It is unnecessary as much as I'm making a joke. I hope that's clear. But we love getting mail,
We appreciate
and
everything.
it's just
Everything
it's very
that you
sweet.
do for us is very nice.
It's very, when we have like everything's digital. It's pretty nice to get something in the mail.
So speaking of everything being digital, we're going to talk about what we're going to draw today. So today we're going to go back in time to before there was an internet.
Can you even imagine?
So this is, I'm sure you're familiar with it. It's La Cuesta, the 1957 yearbook from Arizona State College.
I wonder if that. So we got this
Here's Melvin Hutchinson
at the visiting nurses book sale. Did the visiting nurses visit other places? It's a Phoenix thing that's been happening forever.
They had a lot of yearbooks there, and I picked this one. So it's got a timber theme because I guess it's in northern Arizona.
Yeah, it's in Flagstaff.
Yes, it's in Flagstaff. Great building. Weird askew M. So pictures of the thing. So I love buying yearbooks to draw from.
Oh my gosh, Danny does he ever?
Yeah.
And in fact, sometimes I have to purge them because
they're great. Yeah, they're just
sort of stack up.
They're great faces, great people, and I love the glasses and.
Yeah, it's just such a moment in time, such a time capsule.
Yeah, and you look at these people and you think. So we actually found. Or you found an audio interview with
so turn the page. I think it's on the next page.
What's her name?
She's up on the top. She's the director of the science department. I can't remember her name now.
It wasn't Ida Bell McGill.
No.
That's another thing. Great names.
Great names.
Elwood
like
Stone. Beulah Swigert.
Yeah.
And Ivernia Tyson.
Agnes. Her name was Agnes.
Agnes. There's Althea Ragsdale down here. Wilda D. Pickett.
Great names.
Just a lot of really good people. So those are the teachers. And then, of course, we go through the various activities. This is 1957. So some of these people are still alive, no doubt. They were probably born in 1940.
Agnes, we listened to the audio recording of Agnes, and she was born in 1901.
Agus was, yes. But the students are also, and they're just
It's very, I mean, we love this kind of stuff. We love to ponder what their lives were like and how,
what became of them.
Yeah,
It's like, what was it like to be in Arizona in 1957?
For one, you must have been a very accomplished person or connected in some way to even be in college at this,
That's true.
Flagstaff was...
But there are Native Americans like Sherwood Numkina.
Yep.
And here's Marion D. Gallagher down here. This is the Commerce Department, so I guess this is kind of like the business school.
The biz school, MBA, future MBAs.
So,
I like how so many of the pictures are people in full profile.
It's true.
It's a thing that doesn't happen, I think, much anymore, right?
Well, there's also this business of like looking up.
Yeah.
Looking to the future, like her, Barbara Larimore here. She's quite exotic, quite like a little starlet.
I mean, I love that hair.
Yeah. So.
Oh, she's gorgeous.
Yeah. So there's just a lot of people had a lot of style, and these are probably small town rural people, right? I mean, these are.
They tell you where they're from. A lot of them are from.
Yeah, I think Bisbee and.
So they are small towns here in Arizona.
Sunny Slope.
Yeah.
So yeah. So. Some African American people, not an awful lot, but some diversity in here.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah. So anyway, I can and do spend a lot of time looking at this. But what I love about it for drawing is you get you can just take all these. Each of these pictures is sort of a rectangle. The head is nicely proportioned, they're well lit. And they're just different types. So it's really fun to just draw sequences of this. Yeah, just to draw portraits. And, because they're stylized and they're not people who you can afford to be, interpretive, even a little goofy if you want to. So that's the plan for today. Hopefully you're not going to disappear on me. Yes, no, people are still here. So I guess there's some enthusiasm for it. So I think what we'll do is I have picked about a dozen people. We're not going to draw a dozen. I picked about a dozen people, and we'll see how many we draw. We may only draw a couple. Let's just see how it goes, how much fun we're having. Look at Gary Hunt. Look at that expression. Who does he look like?
Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson, right?
Yeah, he's like a
Wilson.
Pre-Wilson.
Owen Wilson in a time machine. So anyway, I've picked a few people. Oh, you can also see the basketball team here. Some action shots. And then there's Delta, Psi Kappa, and various other Kappa, Phi Kappa.
And there were some moos.
The hiking club, the dormitory council, and for some reason, the chain gang. Yeah. Not sure about what that's about. But yeah, maybe that was their aspiration. Yeah, so there's the theater group and the rodeo club.
Yeah, the rodeo club, big in Arizona.
The writers club, 4 members. And a lot of sororities, the religious council, the Baha'i youth group. So
okay, we got it.
All right,
we got it.
We got the idea.
We got the idea, yeah.
We got the idea.
So what are you going to use your iPad?
I'm going to use my iPad.
Okay, watch the
occasionally people groan.
Amount of people that jump off the stream.
Are like, not the iPad.
But you don't have to use just because Danny's using an iPad doesn't mean you have to use an iPad. Just use what you have on hand.
You can use a paper pad.
Yeah.
You can use anything you want. Any pad.
You can use a crayon.
You can use a crayon, it's true. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to draw. We'll start with Dale Higby. Well, let me just ratchet quickly through the pictures, and we'll see. I'll show you who we have coming up, and we can sort of decide.
It's going to be like a fashion show.
So here's Dale.
Dale.
Here's Ernie Hansen, who's a freshman, but he probably on the football team. Helen Oswalt, assistant professor of physical education for women, has a sprightly look about her. And Bonnie Dirks, a sophomore with some nice glasses. And All right.
The
I'm not
cat
sure
eye
what's
glasses
going-
are.
But what?
I mean, it's a must.
But what about this guy, Louis O. Eckermont? This is a guy who I'm sure had a struggle through life, being
Bless
an
him.
Eckermont. And he looks a bit like an Eckermont, I gotta say.
Danny.
So anyway, and he was just a freshman. So hopefully he came from El Monte, California. He probably had to leave the state. They were like, here's Janet Martin, freshman from Phoenix. Very, very cute looking.
In my frame, at least, people's heads are cut off, just in case you didn't know that. Like, see how it is?
My head's cut off too.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
Oh, that's a great face. Who's this guy?
I don't know who he is. I think he's a professor, actually. So, all right, is that better now? Are we now more on screen?
Yeah, yes, better.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
Timothy Davison, freshman from Winslow. Gene Leba from Boulder City, Nevada. Justino Inquisco, and Richard R. Sass. Looks quite
And
sassy.
CISO.
CISO.
You know, I used to have a friend that went in the CISO family. They were from the Philippines, and they had about 9 children, and they were all Catholic and went to high school with me.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, so I think we'll start here.
Higby.
Dale Higby. He's not from Higby, which is actually a town.
I've been waiting on a corner in Winslow, Arizona. Does anyone want to ridicule me?
Not at all.
Okay.
You have a lovely singing voice. So, yeah, so I'm just going to do a drawing here of my friend
Dale.
Dale Higby.
Wow, starting with the ear.
What do you think became of Dale Higby?
I think he looks like he has a lot of promise.
He's looking to the future, right?
Yeah. I mean, he looks like a happy chap.
Yeah, looks like a good guy, maybe. But then again, if he was like a serial killer and this is the picture, you would say, like, yeah, you could tell.
That's not true.
You don't think so?
Did anyone ever look at a picture of Ted Bundy and say serial killer? No one did.
And that's the problem.
Exactly. They hide among us.
Among us.
Among us.
There's a fungus among us.
A lot of people asking about Procreate. Yes, Procreate. In fact, Danny taught a class at Sketchbook School called Be an iPad Artist. And I have to say, I think it was one of our very best.
Oh, we do?
We weren't really sure. You know, it was funny. It's like, how do you decide what classes to make? And this was something that Danny made simply because he liked doing it. Not really, we were kind of incredulous. Would anyone, because our student body are sketchbook fanatics, so we weren't completely sure would it be a lead balloon or not. And it was fantastic. A lot of people took it. A lot of people converted, and a lot of people said, I'm still going to stick with the sketchbook, but I like having this as a tool in my toolkit.
That's true.
So yeah.
Procreate is a great tool.
And updated on the reg, they keep making it better, and it's not expensive.
Yeah. I'm also quite a fan of Fresco, which is the Adobe kind of, it's somewhat similar. It's somewhat different, and I think it's free. But Procreate's very inexpensive. I think or at least when I bought it was like $10. So I would definitely encourage the use of it.
I mean, how often would you say you use your iPad versus some analog, sketchbook or...
I use my iPad every day.
I would say you use it. I wasn't sure what you were going to answer, but I was going to say I think you use it equally as much.
Yeah,
because you really love drawing on the iPad.
I use it. I mean, there's just so many different uses for it, and I have to. As part of being part of Sketchbook School, I end up making a lot of things, and I just find
I mean, there was one time I think it was right before the pandemic, and I had tired of being burdened with your large duffels of art supplies on vacation.
She left me, people.
Well, no, it was like really like a lot. It was a lot. We were like really, I mean, we once did this car trip and the whole back of the car was like weighted down with the sketchbooks and the stuff. Anyway,
You don't hear Van Gogh's wife complaining
we
about
went
that.
on a vacation. We actually went to Europe and you only took your iPad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I have no drawings from that vacation.
That's not true. You have fantastic. In fact, one of my favorite drawings you ever made, that tree in the park in Amsterdam, that was exquisite, and that was an iPad drawing.
Well, thanks.
I loved it. You also did a drawing of me on the iPad that I really love. We have it on the wall back there. That one of me on the bus.
Yeah.
You know the one I'm talking about? So we were on the Hampton Jitney, and we didn't get seats together. You were like 2 rows behind me, and you drew this really nice picture of me. I love it.
Well, sorry, I'm glad that you can talk because I don't have to. I'm trying to do this.
I can talk endlessly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't pretend to be. I do use the iPad the way I use it, and I think there's no particular way one should use it or has to use it. And so to me it's just a fun toy.
You know, I'm gonna make use of this time.
Oh, this is going wrong.
I'm gonna
You gonna eat some candies?
Oh my goodness.
All right.
Look at this. Look at these beauties.
All right, don't distract us by eating candy. Crying out loud. Trying to make art here. We don't want to watch you eat candy. No. Unacceptable.
Oh my God.
Jenny, I'm going to boot you if you don't restrain yourself.
So good. Oh my God. I really like cheese, you guys.
All right. So anyway, let's talk about Yearbooks 1957 instead of candy.
Okay.
If you don't mind. This guy has a nice style to him.
I like that you made his sweater green. I doubt in 1959 it was green. Oh wait, 57, right? 57?
It's actually kind of a pale yellow. It looks kind of greenish.
I bet it's oatmeal colored.
It looks like mohair, actually. So, let's see here.
I was just going to say, you might want to resize it a little because you're off the screen for me. I mean, would we consider this a buzz cut?
Yeah, definitely. I would think so. So basically, the way I often like to draw on the iPad is I draw in kind of big flat shapes, and then I start to add tone later on. So right now I'm just kind of like laying down shapes. I hadn't realized that I was drawing actually with the airbrush. That's why things like this.
What does that mean?
It means I was drawing with the airbrush tool rather than drawing with my usual.
Oh, I see.
pen
Instead
that I
of a
prefer.
pencil? I see.
Yeah. So no, I mean it's always the pencil, but it's just a lot of these lines turned out to be kind of soft. So it's okay. And right now he doesn't have the things that really are going to make him look like him, which is his glasses probably more than anything.
For sure.
So
I mean, those glasses, I feel like you have those exact glasses. Like that's the like Warby Parker style of glasses that is au courant.
that's true. He was ahead of his time.
I mean, that it's, you know, I think they kind of went in and out of style and they're back.
All right, so let's put his glasses on him. I think he has probably, I'm going to make them black, I think.
Oh, they're tortoise. I can tell by the edge
so
of
I'll
them
make
that they're
them
tortoise.
tortoise-ish. reasonably happy with that.
Yeah, I like it.
Now, see if there's anything else I want to add before I do the kind of dramatics that'll happen in a second.
Is it going to be like when you erased Frida's mouth?
No. I posted my drawing that I did in the YouTube posts, and I got one comment which was "Poor Frida."
Oh.
Yeah,
Everyone's a critic.
So I deleted that comment. Screw you, critic.
Yeah, it's not a democracy here on old YouTube.
That's my show.
Yeah.
And I only want positivity. All right, so this is step one. Now, step two, I'm going to give him some tone.
Oh, so Fran Kruper just jumped in, which reminded me we wanted to tell the story. So I said to Danny, would it be funny if we were drawing from these vintage yearbook photos, if some viewer chimed in at some point to say that was somebody they knew or was in their family or some other
and it would probably be
connective
it
tissue?
Might be Fran Cooper.
Yeah, so this actually happened.
No, not about this.
Not from these photos, but it actually happened this week where Danny referenced a person in one of his essays that turned out to be Fran Cooper, a regular listener and one of our Spark members and one of our most excellent cookie makers on this entire face of the earth. Anyway, long story, she gasped when she realized it was her uncle. Total coincidence. I mean, what are the odds?
Whose name is Danny Gregory,
Well, yeah,
and whose son's name is Danny Gregory, and whose grandson's name is Danny Gregory. So,
right, but if you get Danny's
cool
essays, if you have Danny's essays delivered to your mailbox, you know Danny wrote about obituaries of various Danny Gregorys. And how many did you call out? What, like 3?
No,
or 4?
I probably mentioned 8.
Okay.
10.
Anyway, Fran Cooper connected. We're family. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. So that's why I think it's possible someone is going to watch this episode and they're going to know something about this school. They're going to know something about one of the teachers or one of the students. So I'm waiting for the universe to manifest some fun story about this yearbook.
So Dale Higby Jr., if you're out there, let us know. All right, so yeah, I think we're done with Dale. What do you think?
Yeah, Dale, you're good. You're good to go.
Dale? Yes. Let's try another one.
Okay. Let's have a lady.
I knew you were going to say that. JJ is obsessed with defending her gender when it comes to my art making. So, fair enough. We'll make a lady.
I mean,
but I feel like I need to loosen it up a bit. So, let's see who we go with.
oh, please let it be Janet.
Janet.
She's awesome.
Okay, Janet it is. Okay, let me just look at Janet for a second here.
Janet Evelyn Martin. Jane H. Okay, here we go. The universe is bringing us serendipity. Her name is actually Janet, and her daughter's name is Evelyn.
That is quite
Jane, do you have a
serendipitous.
Martin in the family?
All right, sorry, I'm just fiddling with her face shape.
Is it hard when somebody's sort of in a profile like this? Is it a challenge?
No, I'm just trying to get a sense of her face, so it's just taking me a second to do it. And because I feel like I don't want to do a really realistic picture of her.
Oh, really? You're gonna riff on this?
Yes.
You're going wild?
Just I like to be a bit looser.
Going off book, as they say?
No, not really. I think her friends will know her. But let's see. Oh, now I see what I've done. Okay, I'm going to start again.
Seriously? Yeah, the shadows are a bit dark in this one because of the profile.
Shadows, you mean, on her.
Yeah, like on
this.
her
Yeah.
side of her cheek and side of her mouth. I feel like that shape of glasses is also very much back in style.
Cat's eye, isn't
Well,
that
it's
what
like
they're
a
called?
modified cat's eye, but yeah. I feel like that is something you could go into the mall and see today.
Okay, I'm going to continue to be loose. That's my excuse. Trying to be loose.
She does look older than a freshman.
I think people in those days just looked older because we associate their style with older people. You know what I mean? Like I remember my grandfather married this woman who was significantly younger than him, and she ended up dressing like a woman from an earlier generation. So she wore like face powder and stuff like that. And she wasn't that much younger than me. I mean, that much older than me. And yet she would kind of affect this style that was really kind of dead. Not dead, but, certainly not the kind of thing that...
Vintage.
But not ironically. So... All right. So you see, I sort of start with her, just a general feeling about the shape of her face and the elements of her. And this is something you don't need the iPad to do this. You could do this with gouache. You could do it with ink.
You can do it with crayon.
Yeah, just thinking of big shapes. And
Yeah, I think her feathered hair is really a signature.
yeah.
Wow, Twiglet's really snoring.
Can you guys hear Twiglet? Sound asleep.
Twiglet was so wild right before we got on this. She was doing house zoomies. I mean, she was like, I don't know what set her off, but she was so wild. She's still a pup.
She is.
Oh, Chris Seidel is using fountain pen. Do you think fountain pen is like the number one pen?
The number one pen? What do you mean?
Well, like amongst our sketchbook school community, do you think if polled they would say fountain pen is the go-to more often than not?
That's a good question. What do you guys think?
Yeah, chime in. I think it's the art supply we probably get asked about the most.
I think people are challenged by it because it feels somehow complicated and a little unwieldy. But I think once you get to use it, you use it a lot, which is what I do.
I mean, you have a lot of different fountain pens.
That's just because I'm super cool.
That's because people send them to you for free.
That's not true.
That's true. Nobody sent you a free fountain pen.
Nobody's ever sent me a free fountain pen. If you're out there and you'd like to send me a free fountain pen, let's do it.
But cookies first.
What color eyeshadow would you say she would be wearing?
I don't know if she's wearing a lot of makeup. I feel she's natural beauty.
Right, but I'm gonna give her some. I'm gonna make her an unnatural beauty. How about a bit of teal?
No, that's 60s, not 50s. No. I reject this.
Okay. We'll try something else. How about something? So you just think like just a darker skin tone?
I don't think that young freshmen, college freshmen wore blue eyeshadow in the 50s. I think that's a 60s thing.
Okay. What about mascara?
That's a good question.
I'm going to give her blue eyes, I think. Eyes to the future. Okay.
So this past weekend, we were invited very kindly to go to a charitable event, and the invitation came rather late in the game. I think we might have been feeling like their cancellation and we were second tier invitation. Anyway, long story short is the dress code was formal, and we both said to ourselves, uh-oh, because, since we left New York, we haven't really gotten out of our jeans all that often, our stripy polo shirts. So Danny had to get his suit out of cold storage, and because it was actually quite cold here, and it was an evening event, and I got a lovely dress. It's sort of a long silk dress, and I thought to myself, I'm going to go get some hosiery because I think I might be cold. So hosiery, I went to Macy's, I went to Saks Fifth Avenue, and they told me not so much.
They said this is in 1957.
They said it's 19. I mean, that is why I'm thinking about this. Apparently hosiery is like, you have to buy it online now. It's not sold in the store, at least not here in Phoenix. I mean, I used to buy it in New York, but I would probably wear tights more often than anything. But yeah, I bet in the 50s, I mean, you would think hosiery was, standard equipment used daily.
Not pantyhose, though.
Well, hosiery.
All right, so I'm kind of digging how she's looking. Let me just see if And I think I'm just going to ignore the shadow. I'm going to try the shadow. We'll see how I feel about the shadow.
Oh, you just added like paper texture.
Okay, we'll try the shadow, but I have a feeling I'm not going to be happy with it. But fortunately, I'm working on an iPad, so I can just swing, get rid of it.
I have to say, I really like the way you did her hair. I think that is
Thanks.
fetching, quite fetching. Ooh, that's looking like mustachio.
No, this is just where the tone is. I'll fix it. It looks like I'm ruining it, but I'm not.
Collective gasp. What is Danny doing to Janet? Look, Janet did it to herself by tilting her face in that direction.
Exactly. She singled herself out.
Look into the light.
Singled herself out for abuse. Right now.
There's a small chorus of people telling you to go back, go back. The shadow.
Just trust me. It's going to be okay.
Step out of the shadow.
It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. This is the experimentation.
Yeah, I applaud your bravery.
A, it's experimentation, and B, it's the iPad, so I can just get rid of it if I want to.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So, yeah, I told you I didn't think I was going to like it. Let's see what it's like without it. Probably better. Let's just leave Janet Martin there and move on. All right. Do we have time for one more, you think?
Absolutely.
Okay. Let's try one more. Who should we do?
I kind of like that stocky dude.
The football guy?
I can't remember his name.
We're not doing excrement. Here, Ernie Hansen.
Oh, yes. Ernie Ernie reminds me awful lot when we would do the, Ernie. I'm sorry. I thought you settled on someone else, but that looked like one of the people when we do the prisoner mugshots.
Yeah, no, I like this guy.
Yeah, I like Ernie. He looks earnest.
And he is. Yeah. So let's give him a nice square head. What's going on here? Yeah, his head is like a block, as you said. He's a blockhead. So let's do that.
You're making him rectangular?
Well, we'll see.
Hey.
Vicious animal.
Hey. Come here. People want to see you. People love hugs.
All right.
So vicious. So vicious, baby. Oh, I know. Oh, I know. Oh, I know.
I think that's kind of his head shape, to me at least. And
Is he wearing a bow tie? I didn't notice it. I think it's kind of blended in.
kind of a white bow tie.
Looks like an awful small bow tie.
I think it's because he's an awfully large guy.
Just in relationship to his neck?
He doesn't have glasses, though, so that's a little bit of a drag.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Smallish eyes. But they seem to be quite bright. I don't know if he is, but his eyes are.
He has sort of like hooded eyelids.
Benson. What's Benson like? Do you know?
Oh my goodness. I think it's a mining town. Benson was certainly a small town.
So I wonder what became of him.
I do wonder.
Any relatives out there of Ernest Hansen?
I really am. I am really hoping we get somebody write to us and say, I know you flipped through that yearbook and that's my relative. Fran's asking about your layers.
What about my layers?
Are you using layers? Lots or just a few?
You know, I usually do use a lot of layers, but because I'm trying to work pretty quickly because I'm doing this thing, I'm not really using layers. I'm using basically one layer.
Melly B says he looks like her high school crush. He's quite handsome. I mean, the bow tie gives him a sophisticated...
Possibly, or clownish.
No, he doesn't look clownish. Yeah, I think you're getting better as you go along.
Yeah. This is not easy to do. I don't usually say that, but today for some reason I'm feeling like it's not that easy.
Drink some of your coffee.
That's not going to help.
Really?
No, I think it's challenging because I don't usually work in public on the iPad, and I like to sort of revise a lot and try things out, and I feel a little uncomfortable doing that today.
Because nobody is forcing you to use the iPad.
That's not true, actually. There was a man with a gun who came to my house this morning.
Okay, Buggy. Okay, Buggy.
So, all right, so this is loosely what this guy is about. But now I'm going to try and give him some more dimension. First, let me just fix his clothing.
Do you think you'll make some more of these from this yearbook? Are you feeling intrigued?
It's fun. It is fun. I hope that you guys are having fun doing it too. But it can be challenging. But, in the end, it's the kind of portraiture that's relatively low risk because it's not anybody you know. It's not anybody knows. So therefore, you don't have to feel like worried about the likeness.
Right.
Clearly, I'm not worried about it.
Frady Cat, Intrepid Frady Cat said, try an 80s yearbook. Yeah, we could use one of mine.
Maybe we should do that.
I feel like they're in the garage somewhere. Not sure
they're
about
definitely
that.
they're definitely in a box in the garage.
Yeah, we definitely. Except I went to an all-girls school, so we wouldn't have any Ernies on offer. It would be all Evelyn's.
It would be all Jennifer's.
Yes, everybody, every situation I found myself in had at least 5 other Jennifers.
So I'm going to try just doing a little bit of, well, we're almost out of time, a little bit of tone to him, just see how that works. Sometimes clearly the tone didn't work before, but what are you laughing at?
I mean, the stove is hot, and yet you continue to touch it.
What do you mean? Are you saying I shouldn't be doing this?
Well, it seems like everybody was feeling this Ernie, and then now he's got like some horrible pox. He's got
Just wait.
Okay.
Just wait. This is a patented technique that usually works, unless I have.
No way. Well, all right, Chris Seidel has intel. So, graduating high school in 1956, Ernie earned a football scholarship to ASC, now NAU. That is indeed the yearbook, and played football there before being drafted by the San Francisco 49ers his junior year.
I knew it.
Wow, nailed it. That is very cool.
And then what?
Well, then I'm sure we probably will stumble upon an obituary. That's the thing. Looking through this, I felt a bit melancholy. Most of these people have shuffled off the mortal coil.
Yeah.
Okay, more. After returning to Bisbee to work in the underground copper mines, ouch, professional football to copper mining, he met his wife of almost 46 years, Doris. They were blessed with 4 beautiful sons. So Ernie Jr., Ernie the Third.
A number of which are in the audience today.
That is so cool.
Good sleuthing.
Yeah, very cool. He's sad because he knows he's going in a copper mine.
Right, quite lucrative line of work.
Yeah, it's lucrative for the people that owned it, not for the people who worked in it.
Maybe he did own it after his career in football. Put his earnings into copper. All right, so there you go. See, it's not quite as bad.
All right, Big Earn's sweet spirit, big smile, and hearty laugh will be greatly missed by all those who knew and loved him. He remained kind-spirited until the very end.
When did he die?
Well, but we said he was kind-spirited. I think that I feel very gratified by having this information. Thank you, Chris.
All right.
Thank you, Google.
Brother.
All right. It's been an hour. Full hour. Time flies. Time flies.
I think that was interesting. I think I'm not sure how I feel about my performance today. I'll have to think about it and possibly self-flagellate later on. We'll see.
Why don't you just try drawing a few more, and then you'll have you can put together a page with.
Possibly.
Yeah.
I think I will. All right, guys. So I just want to sum this up by saying I want to see your class of 1957. It is it's going to be a fun cavalcade next.
I mean, I'm not sure we could ever beat Frida. I'm not sure.
Okay, well,
let's try.
Let's take JJ's challenge.
Yep.
So share it please on Facebook, on Instagram, or in the schoolyard, and tag it #SBS, which is Sketchbook School, SBS Draw With Me. I hope you'll join us for the new episode of the new season for Art for All, either by coming on Wednesday to the actual recording session or watching or listening to it at some point in the future. If you'd like to get my weekly essays, please do. They are going to be available at your leisure on Danny'sEssays.com.
And I mean, you failed to mention they're free. They're free.
They're free to some people.
Well,
they're free to you.
No,
there's some people who I will be charging a lot of money for because they're worth it. So yes, and subscribe to this channel. If you do, you'll be reminded about next Wednesday, and you'll be reminded about next Thursday.
Oh yeah, and give us a like. How about a like? I mean, unless you hated it.
I mean, I'm not sure that I would have given it a like. I'll be honest, but that's okay. We had fun. We spent a good hour together. It was fun. We reminisced about people we don't know and what happened to them. So that was all good.
Oh my gosh, Ross Wilson, someone who is trying portraits for almost the first time, is amazed at what he did.
That is great. And he's also a Sherlock Holmes fan.
Very cool. Very cool.
That's great. Thank you, Ross. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for anybody else who's new and who's never been here before. I promise it's usually better than this.
It's different. No, I think it's different every time. I think it isn't usually better or worse. It's just different.
Good. Well, I'm glad everybody seems to have had a good time. And that's the main thing, is that we had a good time together. And we will do it again next Thursday.
Next Thursday.
We have something even more extraordinary.
But remember the time change.
Yes. Good point. So next Thursday, this weekend, spring forward.
Monkey with your clocks.
Forward,
we don't touch our clocks here in Arizona.
We don't monkey.
We don't touch.
We don't allow monkeys anywhere.
No touchy-feely.
No.
Clocks just do their thing.
That's it. All right. It's time. We're done.
We're done. It's over.
JJ, I'll see you next week.
Yeah. I'm going to have a piece of candy.